Hey everyone, this is Halstead and Andrew McMillan with REH CPAs. Andrew, we've had a lot of activity here lately with North Carolina passing new legislation. Of course, they're passing tax laws for last year now, which is always awesome whenever they do that. I was wondering if you could give everybody kind of a brief synopsis of what all the new North Carolina legislation means to them.
Yeah, better late than never, right?
Right.
So, the biggest piece of North Carolina legislation that everybody cares about is PPP loans. And North Carolina has come out and said that PPP loans, they are following the federal government. So essentially your PPP loan that was forgiven, that was taxable to North Carolina previously, is now tax-free. So this is a massive change. This is huge for small business owners, really any business owner that received a PPP loan that was forgiven here in North Carolina. You pay taxes on that in North Carolina, but now North Carolina has retroactively changed their law and said, sorry, we're not going to tax that now.
Right.
So
After everybody's got their tax returns
after
done.
everybody's done their returns.
After everybody's done their tax returns.
Yeah, awesome, right? So right now, the general consensus is we're going to have to file an amended tax return for your business and file an amended tax return for you personally.
And we're going to be reaching out to all those clients.
We are. So we're on top of it. We're evaluating this daily because right now we're waiting for North Carolina to put out guidance. They've said they're going to put out some guidance about it. I don't know that it's going to be real helpful. It's probably just going to be a matter of, hey, this is what you have to do to get your money. You got to go amend these returns. Great. There's one thought that we thought that maybe North Carolina would do it automatically, go ahead and issue refunds, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Right.
So we're monitoring that, and we're going to make sure that we communicate to our clients so that they get that money refunded to them. So that's the biggest piece that everybody really cares about when in regards to PPP. North Carolina has changed their tune. Other items that have popped up on this new legislation that was passed was SALT cap workaround. And what SALT means in the tax world is state and local tax. A few years back, the federal government said you can only deduct $10,000 worth of SALT taxes, state and local taxes. So the North Carolina taxes you pay, your real estate taxes, your taxes on your vehicles, those are capped at 10 grand. So some people are fine. They don't have more than $10,000 in that, but a lot of people are over 10 grand. So you've been capped. You haven't been able to deduct all these taxes. So all that to say, North Carolina has now blessed a workaround, which says if you're the owner of a pass-through business, a partnership S-corp, you can elect to pay the taxes on the S-corp, on the partnership return, at the entity level. You can pay the taxes there. More or less to be able to get that deduction.
That's going to be a pretty big benefit to a lot of small business owners.
It is, and it goes into place January 1, 2022. So returns that we're about to file, it's not going to apply to them, but going forward into 2022, so returns that you will file in 2023, you'll need we're going to be evaluating it definitely between now and then to see who needs to make that election, and just something to be aware of.
Yeah, because if you're not deducting up to $10,000, then it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But if you are maxing it out, then it may make sense to
Yeah, like with everything with taxes, it depends. There's a couple other factors and nuances to it, but I want to make sure you take advantage of that if you can. The other big change that we have seen is the exemption of military pension income. So if you're a retired military person that had 20 years of service, you can exempt that income from North Carolina taxes.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, if you're the beneficiary of some of that as well. So
that's great for our service.
Yeah, awesome. It's a big change. So know that can be tax-free here in North Carolina. So those are a couple of the big highlights. Biggest one, like I said, PPP. That's huge. That's major for small business owners.
Awesome. Well, Andrew, I certainly appreciate that update, and I appreciate you all staying on top of all these ever-changing tax laws. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to give us a call. Thanks.